Hello, this is Julia C. Welcome to 408 Home Alone. Now, end of the first week of each month, we're going to using Redfin's data to share with you the housing market. Now, recently, a lot of people asking, how's the housing market? Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? Hopefully, by watching this video, you'll get some idea based on the data, then you make a informable decision. Okay, so let's go to the Redfin weekly housing market data. You can check on that with the go to Redfin data center. You will be able to find this information. Now, we're going to look at our 6 counties. The first one is Alameda. What you see here is a new listing. The data is up to the end of the March 30. And then this line, blue line, is 2025. The yellow line is 2024. The kind of red line is 2023. Now, what you see here, new listing, the chart has been starting beginning of the year. The new listing is higher than last 2 years. In fact, it's like 25% more year over year. Now, that's just a new listing. Let's look at all the overall inventory, which is all the active listing in Alameda County. The slow, look at this one, is sharp going higher. It's 50% year over year higher. So that means we have a lot of inventory in Alameda County for people, the buyer, to look at it. Now, how about the pending sale? The pending sale is the one the buyer makes an offer, the seller accepts it, it's just waiting for closing. So it kind of showing the demand. So we know the inventory is like 50% year over year. How about the demand pending here? It's only 2%, 2.5% higher. So that means the demand is weaker than the supply, which is good news for the buyer, right? If you are on the market for a buyer, there's more to choose from, less competition. So it's good for you. So let's look at the price drop. In order to sell, as the seller has to drop the price. Yes, look at the slope here is heading up. Although the number is not that bad, year over year, price drops only like 2.9%, just like only 2.9% of a listing need to drop the price. So it's not very high, but in relative, when you compare to the last 2 years, we are way higher than the last 2 years. Okay, so finally, we look at the price. The price is at a little bit closing price. It would be like a 30 days late, because in order to close, they have to be in contract, and then the closing will take 30 days from the contract sign day. So it's a little bit delayed, but you still can see the trending here. So the price is about the same as last year. So we are not making appreciation at this time for Alameda County. Okay, let's look at Contra Costa County. For the new listing, again, we are higher than last 2 years. In fact, 15% more new listing compared to last year. And let's look at all the overall inventory. Also a lot higher, 39% higher than last year. And how about the pending sale? It's pretty much 4% than last year, higher 4%. And then the price dropping is more than percentage active listing with the price drop is a 6.2%, but compared to year over year, only 3.2%. So it's a lot more. And then finally, the median sale price is lower than last year, 1% below last year. So Contra Costa price is lower than last year. Okay, let's look at Marin County. Also, the new listing is 3.6% more than last year. And then overall active listing is about 7% year over year, and pending sale is 11% year over year. So in Alameda County, the pending sale percentage is more than the inventory. So that means Marin County housing market inventory is a lot less. And then overall price drop is about 4.9%. The listing a dropping price compared to year over year is about 2.5%. And then the price still on top of the last 2 years, about 2% better than last year. So let's look at San Francisco. New listing, it's a little bit 11% more than last year. Overall inventory, it's about the same, or actually less than 1% better inventory than last year. And pending sale worse than last year, 12% worse. So, and then the price drop. Well, we didn't have that many price drop in San Francisco, so it's lower than last 2 years. And then the price better than last 2 years. It's about 2% better. Okay, and then let's look at San Mateo. San Mateo County, the new listing is a 5% more. And then we look at the overall active inventory. It's a 13, almost 14% more. How about the pending sale? Worse than last year, 8% worse than last year. And then the price drop is shooting higher. It's about 2.6% of active listing with price drop, and that's a 1.1% year over year gain. Okay, let's look at the price. Finally, the price is about 3% than the year over year, but it's dropping. It was higher. Now it's like 3%. Okay, lastly, we look at South Bay, Santa Clara. New listing is a 7% more. And then overall active listing is still going up. It's like 31% more. And then the pending sale, worse than last 2 years, like dropped 18% year over year. And then the price dropped 2%, 2.7%. The active listing have to drop price. That's a 1.6% year over year higher. And then finally, the price still sitting on top of the last 2 years, about 3% better than last year. So that's the 6 counties market update. And so if you're a buyer, obviously more inventory, less competition, less people making offers. So it's a good time for you to jump into it. Now, if you're a seller, depends. If you need to sell and then buy back, like do an exchange kind of thing, then it's no difference. Even you sell low, you buy a low price, right? So it's no different. Individual situation is different. It's highly recommend you look at your financial situation and then make a wise decision. I hope that data here help you to make that decision. So if you find it useful, please hit the like button, and then we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.